Hey, my beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here and welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. We have another viewer requested topic, so we're going to be taking a look at what patterns or blocks are being activated through this karmic connection. So this isn't necessarily a romantic connection. It can be for you, or you could be looking at this through maybe a friend or a family member or a coworker even. So because I'm going to keep it more generalized, I won't be doing any message cards with this reading. And yeah, but before I dive into telling you about your decks and your crystals, I would like to announce that I have finally opened up a channel membership. Yeah, it's been in the works for like a year and a half. I haven't said anything about a channel membership because I was still like on the fence and wasn't sure what I wanted to do with that. But here we are. So yes, I'm super excited. Right now I only have the one level, and my beautiful daughters helped me pick out the name for our level, which is Divine Caterpillars. Yeah, so you get the loyalty badge, you get the custom emojis, and priority reply to comments so far. Yeah, so super excited. Check that out if you're interested in becoming an inner part of our little circle here. Either way, whether or not you're just subscribed or you're interested in joining, I appreciate you either way. So thank you for being here. I wouldn't be here actually without you lovely souls. So, oh yeah, also, if you would like to book a private reading with me, there's a few of them listed below, and you could also visit my website. All right, that's enough selling myself, which sounds very wrong there. You know what I mean. That's enough pitching. Okay, so group 1, you have the Ascension Tarot with this Malachite. Group 2, you have the Rider-Waite deck with this red tiger eye. And group 3, you have the Spheres of Heaven Tarot with the Sodalites. Alright, so timestamps are listed in the middle of the description as well as pinned in the comments. And I will see you lovelies at your reading. Hey group 1, you chose the Ascension Tarot with the Malachite. Welcome to your reading. All right, let's place your little guy here. Okay, so what is coming up for you through this karmic connection? Now remember, take what resonates, ignore what doesn't. It's unlikely that every single reading that you watch is 100% meant for you. So if you're not making a connection, then it's just not your reading, and that is okay. Or you could be in the camp of, hey, why does this message keep coming out for me? Which there's a reason. Usually I find when that happens, you keep getting the same message through personals or YouTube's, different channels, the exact same message. In my opinion, it usually means that you're ignoring something. You're ignoring the message, and you're meant to hear it or sit with it, especially when it's something personal. Like something you need to pay attention to or something you need to learn. So let's see what is coming through. What's being activated for you? What's this karmic connection activating for you? Okay, unconditional love. 5 of Cups with regrets, walking away. I'm sorry, I just noticed I have, my sleeve is a little dirty from some iced coffee. I don't think you guys can see it much. Okay. Anyways, you don't care. Okay. So immediately what I'm getting here is feels very conditional, this connection. Like no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem to be good enough. Like you don't seem to be good enough. No matter what effort you put in, it's like your back is always turned on people turn their back on you. And I really feel like this is not just in romantic relationships. I also feel like this could stem from family as well. But it's coming through significantly in this connection. It feels like unrequited love. It just feels very, honestly, heartbreaking. It's like you try your best and it feels like it's never good enough. And you have so much love to give, and you feel like you have so much love to give. I feel like you even say this in your mind, like, I have so much love to give, but it's never enough. Like, why am I not enough? So this person is really making you feel like you're not enough. And it feels like they're so easy to turn their back on you. That whenever things get hard, they disappear, they ignore you. You feel ignored. You feel like you're not seen, like you're not heard. So right now you are learning what's being activated for you is actually learning what unconditional love really is. Because I feel like you've received a lot of conditional loving, or even being taught when it comes to romantic relationships as well. You know, certain things are being shown to you as unconditional, but they're actually conditional. And it feels like it was taught to you that way, either through manipulation, or whoever was teaching you this didn't understand unconditional love themselves. Ace of Swords. Yeah, clarity is coming through this. It is a very painful lesson that you're learning. It's not an easy one. You're realizing a lot through this. Like, you're seeing a lot here. And as you understand this more, as you heal more, as you make peace with certain connections, and as you release them, feel like a lot of clarity is gonna come to the surface. But you haven't completely lost your faith. Yeah, this is all about unconditional love. Like real unconditional love. And learning about boundaries as well. Communicating. Nine of Swords. Yeah, we have a lot of stress. This is really keeping you up at night, this connection. Okay, so what I'm getting is the type of energy that I'm getting through this connection could look like someone who says, oh, you know, if you really loved me, then that wouldn't bother you so much. Or if you really loved me, then, you know, XYZ. They make up some sort of excuse to make you feel guilty, to make you feel regretful for speaking your truth, for saying like, hey, I'm not okay with this. But this person here, this karmic, is lacking accountability. And I feel like a lot of people have just given them a free pass a lot of the times in life. But yeah, it is very stressful for you. I see that. It's like walking on eggshells with this person. This could also be like the person that love bombs you. This would be like a karmic that love bombs. Makes you feel very good in the start. Makes you feel like you're unconditionally loved. And then all of a sudden, you know, something goes wrong. You have a bad day, or you set a boundary. Maybe you're trying to set boundaries. And they turn on you. I feel like this person's very manipulative. Or they're just completely clueless. Seven of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. Okay, so yeah, this is a big teaching opportunity for you. The Emperor. Okay, so yes, you do have an opportunity to rise above this, to rise beyond this, to learn from it. I feel like this person really loves to be in control and make you feel small. Because you definitely feel small here. You feel in the dark. When it was once, it felt like light. It felt beautiful. It felt like you were cared for. But I'm noticing like a rosy pink here. This is like having your rose-colored glasses on, where this connection once felt really amazing and beautiful. Like this is someone you thought you could trust. But now you're guarded from this. They get very defensive if you try to speak out. Okay, Four of Wands. Seven of Swords. Yeah, we have deception and lies here. Two of Wands. We have Judgment, Pluto. We have Aries as well coming through. The unconditional love card was actually a bonus in this deck. We have Justice with Libra. Okay, so this really could be tied to family, but again, I'm getting karma as well with the Justice. Ten of Wands. Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is not an easy one for you. Six of Cups. You've dealt with this throughout your life, this feeling. But it's very significant now. Now that you're finding this, yeah, we have the Two of Cups on the bottom. It is reversed, but I don't usually take reversals in my YouTube. Two of Cups, yeah. This is someone you thought you were close to. Could you heal and, you know, get to a good point with this person eventually? Maybe. But it also takes work on their part as well. Yeah, for some of you, I'm getting this could be family. This is family related. An ex-spouse, possibly. A lot of response, like the weight of the world is on your shoulders here. Okay, so unless this, I will say this, unless this person gets it together and does the work themselves, it looks like you're meant to just move on eventually. Or you're gonna get to a place where you're so beyond it because you've done your inner work, like you've done like self-concept work or whatever. Maybe even talk to a professional if need be. You get to a point where you're able to walk away and you feel good about it. You feel lighter. Like you realize you no longer need this person in your life if it's romantic. But if it's family, I don't know if I really see you cutting ties with them. depending on how bad it is, right? Because there's different levels. Like, you could get to a point where it's like you tolerate them when you have to. It's not necessarily like you are going to be close to them, but I am getting, since there is like secrets, lies, deception, it does feel more manipulative, to be honest. So I'm not sure if, you know, the healed version of you here even wants to figure things out with this person. This is like a major thing for you in this lifetime. Like, this is huge. This isn't like just a little lesson, a little encounter. This has come up for you throughout your life. It's just like you were unaware, like you recognized a little bit, you noticed that it was coming up, but you didn't connect the dots. So it was like, okay, why does this keep happening to me? Like, why do I keep attracting these people? It starts out good and then it turns to crap or chaos, or, you know, I think things have turned a corner and then suddenly we're back to this. You've noticed the pattern. But now it's like really in your face because of this connection. It's getting to a point where it's very uncomfortable for you now. And this is why you're here, because you're meant to hear it. No, you're not crazy. It is getting to that point because it's meant to be released. When things are meant to be released, especially if they're like huge shifts, yes, you can feel quite free and light afterwards, but sometimes, especially when it's things that are heavy and painful, it will feel heavy as it's coming to the surface. It's going to feel uncomfortable, and it does look like it feels very uncomfortable right now for you. But this is saying, like, it is like one of the biggest lessons that you're going to hopefully learn from. At the very least, you'll learn to recognize the patterns. And that's the thing. This isn't... So, one thing about healing, I may say this in every group, but I feel like it's coming to the surface now, especially when we talk about healing in the spiritual community or in any community. Some people think, you know, once you learn a lesson or you've leveled up or whatever, that you're never going to come in contact with, you know, that type of situation ever again in your life, or those type of people in your life. But this is... manipulative people are always going to exist. You know, there's going to be people who are just jerks. But where you know you've actually healed and you've moved forward is how you respond to it. Because right now, like, it feels like you're feeling quite low because of this experience, because of these experiences and this person. Like, they are really making you feel like crap. Like, what I'm getting is a feeling of worthlessness coming through here because of this person, because of this experience. And you may encounter that type of person later on, but the thing is, you're going to respond differently. You're going to react differently. You're going to notice the pattern right away, and you're going to shut that shit down. So that's when you know you've healed. It's like, it's not gonna, you're gonna be like, oh, hell no. And you're gonna shut it down right away. So, yeah, if you get to that point, don't get discouraged if you happen to meet someone like this later on. I really don't want you to worry and be like, oh, great, I haven't actually done the work. I haven't actually healed. You're still gonna, you know, we live in a big world, so many people that you can encounter. It's just whether you're entertaining those connections again. So don't be too hard on yourself if you find that you're seeing these people come up. Eight of Wands. Yes, this is meant for your ascension, your spiritual growth, with a Knight of Crystals. Yeah, for you, some of you, it's taking some time. It's okay. We have the Two of Cups. Ooh, we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting love bombing. Felt like this connection at the moment was too good to be true. So yeah, this is all about unconditional love. It felt like they really sucked you in. They manipulated you and sucked you in. All right. Let's take a look and see if there's anything else coming through. I have so many oracle cards here. All right, we're going to start with these. They really notice when you're working towards something, a goal, when you have something in mind and you're moving forward. Yeah, when you're moving forward, this person really comes in and tries to suck you back in, especially, kind of feels like narcissistic. Know that word really gets thrown around a lot. It's kind of like one of those patterns. They're noticing when you're moving on, and then they're like, oh, hey, remember me? Yeah, apology, forgiveness, return, sorry. Okay, so this is someone that's going to try and come back because they don't want you to move on. This is someone that is very, very unhealthy, conflicted. Yeah, they have you conflicted. Decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. Could have very hot and cold behavior here. We have memories. You have a lot of good memories with this person, but you also have a lot of heaviness as well. So we have reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet. Yeah, they try and make you feel guilty whenever you try to move on or call them on their stuff. Okay, so this one flipped out right away. Vine, seek out information that will help you. Okay, what are you learning? I feel like you're already doing that. January. We are still in January as I'm filming this. So yeah, this is coming up right in the perfect moments. These readings are timeless though, so if you come across it later than January, is that someone's nose? Looks like a face with like a Pinocchio nose. Yeah, this person's very cold. Vulture. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Getting like seasonal depression. Oh, and then we have March on the bottom here. Okay. So what this connection is really urging you to do is to really, and I know it sounds corny and cheesy, but rely on yourself more. Trust in yourself more. Give yourself more love and connection outside of this karmic connection. Because it feels like this connection really isn't serving you at all, other than bringing up a very important lesson. That's the good thing. Obviously, you're not likely feeling blessed by this situation. But yeah, you met this person for a reason. To really show you where to grow. What you need to learn in this lifetime. Okay, what else is What is Spirit's advice when it comes to this connection? What does Spirit really want you to know right now? What's their advice? We have the Empress. Strength. Perspective, the Hanged Man. Okay, so we have, wow, all major arcana. Yeah, this is a major, first of all, they want you to know it's a major lesson. Again, like I was saying, 5 of Pentacles on the bottom here. Don't abandon yourself. Choosing yourself is going to make you a lot happier. And as you start to see the patterns, you can even write it down if need be. Like if you're not entirely sure with this person's behavior, but I feel like you are, because I feel like they're quite on cue with their behavior and their patterns, their cycles. But you could write it down and notice. Like study it that way, look at it that way. But you're really being asked to be the observer here and take a step back and really look at this connection in a whole. And again, like some connections, some karmic connections are easier or more, well, I guess easier would be a way. Like it doesn't take a lot to walk away from them. Like certain karmic connections are messier to walk away from depending on the situation. Like if you're married to this person, have kids, or you know, with their family, like some people just can't cut the ties like other people can with certain karmic connections. So this may be where you need to figure out a way, and again, like you may have to seek out a professional in this area, you know, that can help you when it comes to these situations. But like stepping away from it, you know, not engaging as much. And again, if it's family, like if you're not the type of person that cut ties with family, or maybe you're unable to, this is saying, you know, it's maybe not give so much, or you know, learn techniques to be unresponsive to their whatever they throw at you that makes you feel bad, whether it's like harmful comments or hurtful comments, opinions. But I feel like it's deeper than that, because it feels like it really picks at your self-worth is what I'm getting. So you're really meant to learn about your unconditional love, especially loving yourself and treating yourself with unconditional love, which this also looks like boundaries. I wouldn't be surprised if every group sees boundaries today. But yeah, relying on yourself. And not so much this person, especially when it comes to, because they use excuses and make you feel bad, make you feel like you're not a good enough partner or friend, lover. But you're doing a lot more work than this person deserves. Feels like you put in a lot more effort than this person deserves, and they just make excuses when you try to speak up. You feel abandoned. It's like they just abandon you. You feel alone here. All right. Whew, that was a lot of talking for, for one pile. Definitely. Good thing I have that water next to me. All right, so we have 11th house Aquarius. We have 12th house Pisces, which flipped to 7th house Libra. We have Taurus, and we have Virgo. All right, where am I putting this? How about here? FLU, flu. If you are under the weather, I hope you feel better soon. We have NE, flute. I'm getting flute. E, fee. Luna. We have R. A, N, A, E, S, U, V, X, V, O, and O. Alright, so that is what I have for you, Group 1. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you all the best and sending you so much love. Please feel free to throw more suggestions into the comments. If you don't feel comfortable sharing them publicly, you're welcome to use the contact form on my website or just email me directly. And yeah, I'll keep you anonymous. Alright, so I will see you lovelies in the next reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey Group 2, you chose the Rider-Waite deck with the red tiger eye. Welcome to your reading. Alright, let's place your stone here. Okay, so let's take a look at what is being activated through this karmic connection. Alright, Group 1 was quite a long one. I should have given the disclaimer around the beginning. I will look into like Spirit's advice, but I'm not really going to touch much on like how to heal because there's so many different ways to move on. Obviously, my response is always going to be, you know, if it's a harmful situation, get out as fast as you can. You know, get to safety. Reach out to someone if you need to. But yeah, like that will always be my response in those situations. Because I personally, I never read for those situations. So that will always be my response. And I'm not a professional health specialist in any ways. So the best advice I could give you is speak to a professional. You know, if it's certain things I could say, like set boundaries, but anything like big, yeah, I it's really not my place to say. Okay, so first of all, we're getting the Lovers. We have Gemini. Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands, Nine of Cups. I'm getting chasing happiness. This feels like self-abandonment. To chase happiness, to chase, you know, chasing happiness outside of yourself. Interesting so far. Judgment. Okay, so we have Gemini, Pluto. We do have strong water energy coming through. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Nine of Swords. Okay, what is being activated? What patterns or blocks? Yeah, it feels like waiting on happiness to come to you. It looks like self-abandonment is being activated here. It felt good, but then it also, yeah, it's like chasing happiness, self-abandonment, because of this connection. Chasing something outside of yourself where you're meant to, especially when it comes to like ultimate emotional fulfillment and true happiness that comes from within. Yeah, because we're seeing decisions and waitings causing anxiety, bringing up a lot of stress. Okay, what else? Let's see, what else is coming through here? Ten of Cups. Ooh, Ten of Pentacles. Wow, long term. Queen of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of waiting here. Six of Cups. The Fool. Queen of Swords. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of grief tied to childhood in the past. It's not surprising that this is coming up. Because I feel like this will come up through this reading. Yeah, it really has to do with your happiness. I feel like you're not living life for you. Like you were told what was supposed to make you happy. And it looks like a lot of waiting and a lot of chasing happiness, which leads to feeling heartbroken. And it feels like you're separating from yourself, like you're losing yourself a little more. It's like you're needing to find you again. You may have had an avoidant parent growing up. Or a single parent, a single mother. Which was emotionally, like she wasn't very necessary, always warm. And, you know, when it comes to emotions, I feel like she may have been very blunt. But she provided, you know, especially as best she could. But it feels like there may not have always been a lot of warmth there. So some of this could actually stem from your parents' perspective, especially when it comes to happiness and love and relationships and connections. You may have found yourself being a bit of a dreamer as well, to escape. But it really feels like self-abandonment, and that you're losing yourself. Through other connections, through this connection specifically, since we're here looking at this. This is being activated through this connection. Maybe it is being activated through your parents. But yeah, you're needing to live for you, not because people told you how to live or how to be happy or what you need to be happy. So this is about really finding yourself and finding out what's actually going to make you happy in the long term. And living life for you is what I feel like is coming through big time for your lesson. Sun. We have Leo, we have the Hermit. 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's going to cause some conflicts. You might be a little afraid of conflicts here, afraid of not being accepted, afraid of being rejected, especially, you know, when you show up in your authenticity, when you show up with that cup and expressing yourself, you may feel like, yeah, you're not accepted, that people turn their back to you or don't like who you are. Yeah, you're needing to find out, living your life for you, not for anybody else. And yeah, I will say this, it may piss some people off doing what's right for you. I mean, you can express yourself in a very respectful way, of course, you know, but it feels like you're being too quiet. Like you're hiding yourself. And you really do have potential here, especially to go after your dreams, create a beautiful life for yourself. And it looks like it's breaking free from other people's expectations of how you should live your life and what you need to be happy. How you should be happy. What's going to make you happy. It feels like everyone's deciding for you or trying to decide for you what you need to be happy. So it looks like you're going to be a little bit rebellious, group 2. And again, there's always a respectful way to rebel against, you know, these karmic connections or family. You can be respectful about it. You don't need to go cursing and swearing at everyone. Unless it really gets to that point. But all right, let's see what else is coming up. Yeah, it looks like you're having some soul searching. And I really see that there's an opportunity to have fun with this. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, opportunity. Okay, so this isn't over. You still have opportunities here. It's about making amends with you. Foundation, established family security. We have mistakes on the bottom here. Misunderstood, victim, lost soul. Yeah, you may have felt like misunderstood and lost. You may even feel lost now. You know, being told who you need to be, what you need, or how you need to live, specifically how you need to live. Yeah, I really feel like this is tied to family. Now, it could be tied to past relationships, you know, needing to mold yourself to be accepted, or past friendships as well. You know, being accepted by a group of people, especially like in your younger years as well, right? Because kids could be so mean. Yeah, it feels like you were really picked on. It really feels like you've made yourself smaller in a way, like you're hiding, you know, the best parts of yourself. Let's see what else. Okay, so we have December. So December is very significant. Something may have happened this past December. We have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Hey, sometimes you need a mental health day. Oh, this one is sticking out here. Money path. Oh, that sounds good. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. On the bottom here, we have pin, new job and career. Okay, so setting goals for yourself when it comes to your career choices, business, something that you want to do for you. Yeah, you're needing to learn to accept yourself through this connection, to love yourself fully, to show up fully for yourself. Because it looks like self-abandonment and rejection. So, all right, let's see what Spirit says first. So what is Spirit's recommendation right now for you? What is Spirit's recommendation? Okay, we have the Two of Cups with the Moon, Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles. The bottom here we have Star reversed, but I don't usually take reversals, so Star, we have healing. Okay. I'm getting a couple messages here. You could have some fake coworkers or friends in your life that are supposed to be supportive but don't want to see you glow up. So you staying smaller makes them feel better about themselves. You know, you shrinking is making them feel better. Like it's feeding their ego, making you feel smaller. Because they're scared of who you'll become if you really shine, if you really step into your true potential, if you really ignore them, disregard them, and, you know, live for you. Apparently you're you're very energetically intimidating, so you're activating a lot within them too. Like you're holding up a mirror here, and they're also being called to grow as well. And yeah, it's making, so anytime you step into your power, it makes them uncomfortable. But I do see, yeah, some fake people. But I'm also getting the message that there are more people to come in your life that are genuine. And as you truly know who you are, as you completely embrace yourself, you live for you and not for anybody else, and you truly accept yourself and truly love yourself, you will naturally attract in people who love and accept you for who you are. You know, the people that reject you because they don't like who you are, whether it's, you know, what you have to offer, what you don't have to offer them, or, you know, your personality or whatever it is, I'll say that it's not your people. They're not your people, and that's okay. You will find your soul family. All right, so that is your message for today. Let's take a look at your signs, if this is resonating. Again, if it's not resonating, you're not going through it, it's not your reading. All right, so we have Taurus, we have 7th house Libra, we have 1st house Aries, and Scorpio. If you are new to my pick of cards, first of all, welcome. This little portion here with the initial tiles and the astrology dice, they're just a little bonus, because some people really like the initial tiles and the astrology dice because they see names or places, which helps them confirm. Other people, you know, they could care less. So it's really up to you whether or not you want to take them or leave them. Okay, so we have FNOAXI, NDM, getting Maxine. We have RL, now I'm thinking RL Stein, like Goosebumps, and whatever else he wrote. That's all I can think of is Goosebumps. So getting like the formative years, like child years. Yeah, I'm getting like you may have been like really bullied or not accepted. Seeing mute, like keeping silent, being shy, very introverted, keeping to yourself. We have you, E, U, and I. I'm seeing minute. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. That is what I have for your group 2. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. Sending you so much love. Please feel free to throw your suggestions in the comments. Now, if you're uncomfortable sharing them publicly, you're welcome to email your questions to me or use the contact form, which is, it basically just sends to my email. Yeah, and I'll keep you anonymous. All right, so thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey group 3, you chose the Spheres of Heaven Tarot with the Sodalite. Welcome to your reading. Okay, let's dive in. Now remember, take what resonates, ignore what doesn't. If you are really feeling like you're not going through any of these blocks or these patterns right now, then it just may not be for you. But if you're sitting there wondering why you're always seeing these readings and you're getting the same exact message over and over again, it could be that maybe you're just ignoring the message that's coming through. Because trust me, us tarot readers do not sit in a community box and talk about the messages that we're going to share for the week. So if it's coming up, it keeps coming up for a reason. At least that's my opinion. Your awareness is on it. Or you're really meant to learn something. Also with the advice, that I'm going to get from spirits. I can't go in depth with advice because I'm not a professional, you know, a health specialist or a mental health specialist or in any way. So certain things I can't really have much of an opinion on. Other than talk to a professional. Okay. I know that's not very helpful, but yeah, it's really not my place. Anyways, let's get into your reading. Okay, so what patterns or blocks are coming up? What are being activated through this connection? We have the King of Pentacles, the Fool, Aquarius, Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys heard my kids just giggling there. What I'm getting through this reading is being treated with kindness, being, you know, having someone show up to you, show up for you. It's like having a hard time trusting it, having a hard time trusting genuine connection. Because it feels new, it feels unfamiliar. So this may not even be a karmic connection for you, group. Now, I will say this, not all karmic connections. I know it feels a lot heavier, especially in the spiritual or tarot community. We hear karmic or 3P or third party, and it's like doom and gloom, but it's not always the case, right? You can have not so crazy karmic connections. Like, they don't always have to be, you know, extreme and tower moments. But this may be like more karmic soulmate. Like maybe you're learning karmic lessons through a soulmate. But this group is feeling gentler to me, honestly. Like, I'm feeling a sense of calm here, but I'm feeling discomfort on your end, because it's like, ooh, do we trust this? Like, do we trust this energy? Because you've always been kind of having your guard up and protecting yourself, especially your heart, like protecting your heart, because you've been hurt so much in the past. So it's like when someone comes in genuine, it's hard for you to trust. Like, it takes a while for you to decide at times. Like, even if your intuition's on point, it's like your ego, your mind is still telling you, like, you can't trust it. Like, be careful, be cautious. And that is like the whole point of the ego. The ego is there to protect you and is there to notice patterns. So it feels to me that this energy feels unfamiliar, and that is what's scary for you. Or it feels scary. It feels uncomfortable. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not used to someone reciprocating, someone being generous, someone wanting to care for you without, you know, manipulation, or, you know, they have conditions. Two of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. It feels like you're moving on from conflict here. I feel like just sitting here looking at this, like my nervous system is starting to, um, wants to panic. Like I kind of want to bolt. I kind of want to run. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Like I want to run from this because it feels, I feel like you're used to chaos. Like in a way, like used to conflict. Like your nervous system is always on alert here. And it feels like your nervous system doesn't know what to do with this. It's like your nervous system is actually able to settle down, but you're not trusting it. It's like sleeping with one, kind of a strange example, but sleeping with one eye open, like you don't fully trust, like because it's so unfamiliar, it's so new. You're waiting for some type of conflict because that's what you're used to. Especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Giving yourself. Opening your heart to people. If you want to open your heart to people, like you want to give and you want to receive love, you really do want it to be reciprocated. But it feels like it's been taken advantage of in the past, or you've been left like they just take, they don't give back. But it feels like this energy here is actually showing up. They're following through. And it's hard for you to trust right now because it's like, okay, when is it going to be the opposite? When are things going to turn bad? Four of Cups. When are they going to reject me? When are they going to get bored and leave? With the Eight of Swords, yeah, you're used to people just ditching you. Page of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. This person wants to show up and do the work. Put in effort. You have somebody here really wanting to put in effort. Yeah, Two of Cups. Queen of Wands. Complimenting you. Queen of Swords. Could be two females. Doesn't have to be. Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're used to betrayal. Even being cheated on, being lied to. Yeah, you're having a hard time trusting this. Okay, it really does feel like it's more soulmates, group 3. Like karmic soulmate. But they're bringing up a lot in you because it's unfamiliar. It feels like this person genuinely wants to show up with you in this connection. I say with you, like for you and with you. They want to put in an effort here. They want to see where this goes with you. But you're having a hard time because you don't trust it. And you have a very good reason for not trusting it due to your past experiences. The Magician. We have Gemini, Mercury energy coming through. So communication's a big thing here. Choices, speaking up, speaking your truth. We have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so you're meant to take it slow with this person. Two of Swords. Yeah, it's confusing for you. You're really needing to... You're trying to listen to your intuition, but your mind keeps making a lot of noise. Interrupting you. The Hanged Man. Yeah, this is a whole new perspective for you. This really is unfamiliar. and you're not sure what to do with this. I feel like you really weren't expecting this. We have 8 of Cups on the bottom here. Yeah, you weren't expecting this. It feels like you kind of gave up on the potential for this to come in for you. You're learning to trust again. That is one of the patterns and blocks, or, you know, something for you to take a look at, I will say. You know, learning to trust in yourself, learning to trust in other people, especially when it comes to opening up your heart again and allowing people in. That is something that is deeply being activated through this connection. You may even fall in love fast in the past. But you are being asked to take it slow. I feel like this person already senses this about you and is taking it slow. You may even notice, for some of you, this person's showing up differently than how they were in the past. That could also trigger this activation. If you have history with them. Okay, so we have too many cards, but I did see releasing come through. I wasn't expecting it to be like 5 cards. Or 4 or 5 cards. Alright, so tell us a little more. We have apology. Oh, okay. Trapped. Stuck, tied down, captive. On the bottom here, conflict. Clashing, differences, incompatibility. Yeah, you're waiting for the conflict. Well, yeah, for some of you, this could be somebody you already have history with. They may be showing up in a differently. But I'm feeling like you kind of want to escape this in a way, but you're also intrigued. So you're very conflicted yourself. Because yeah, that's exactly what I was picking up on. It felt like I wanted to run from this. That was most definitely the energy. It felt very uncomfortable. So I'm getting like a heaviness and a very uncomfortable, like unfamiliar territory coming through this group. And a lack of trust. More so a lack of trust in other people, especially when it comes to allowing people in and getting close to them. Okay, let's see what else. Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. Yeah, it feels like you're used to dealing with that energy. Key. Successful outcome to your problems. All right, so on the bottom here, we do have butterfly. I love this. A change for the better. Yeah, butterflies do represent transformation. They could also represent peace. Angels, you know, being divinely protected. Okay, so I am getting like you are still being asked to, you know, be cautious. You know, don't dive in. And it is okay to be cautious. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking things slow. But I feel like you've dealt with this energy in the past for sure. Someone who, like, if you spoke against them, they would, like, bite your head off. Like, they would just, were out to get you. And you're dealing with somebody here that's a lot different. Like, they're, like, the healed version of that. This would be like the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so what is Spirit's advice? What is Spirit's advice for you? Three of Cups. Have some fun. Three of Swords. Knight of Wands. Did I get 3 or 4 for the last ones? 9 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Swords on the bottom here. Okay. Yeah, you're meant to get out, have fun, not think too hard about this. Because you're going to drive yourself crazy. Yeah, Spirit wants you to... I don't want to say lighten up, because obviously that's that's harsh, but no, like, get out there and do something fun for you, whether it's connecting with other people, you know, connecting with friends, going to an event where you're surrounded by people who share an interest in the things that you do, like certain events or certain functions, expos or anything like that. Yeah, you're meant to do something exciting to release some stress, especially when it comes to overthinking. Now, I'm getting a lot of overthinking here. So, Spirit's recommendation, it's time to distract yourself with some fun. You need to have some fun. You need to allow yourself to have some fun again. Even if it's something just simple. It doesn't need to be extravagant. Just something, you know, that lights you up, that makes you feel good. But you need to do something for you. All right, so we have 7th house Libra, we have Sagittarius, 11th house Aquarius, and we have Cancer. Okay, so I see ZOGNTSIOIRA, another A, we have B, P, D, M, O, and we have T. All right, so that is what I have for you, Group 3. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best, sending you so much love. Please feel free to throw your suggestions in the comments, and if you're not comfortable with having them public, you're welcome to use the contact form or just email me directly, and I will keep you anonymous. All right? Okay. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.